today I want to take you through a full day of what it's like to do scientific research over the summer as a medical student. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Nasir and I'm a second year medical student studying at King's College London, and every year I try and do some scientific research in a lab because I want to understand the theory and the underlying experiments that discover the pathology of the diseases that I end up seeing in a clinical setting. So one of the most common questions that I end up getting asked on Instagram and in YouTube comments is, how did I find my research position and how did I get accepted to it? Very simply, you want to send out emails to PIs or researchers that are doing work in a field that you are interested in. You just want to send out a lot of emails to different people in that field, and of course you want to tailor the emails to the person who you're sending it to, why you're interested in their research specifically, what techniques and skills you have available that you can bring to the team, and what it is that you want to get out of the research experience. And hopefully through sending a bunch of emails, at least one of them will respond to you and give you the opportunity to do some research experience. Anyways, I'm running a little bit late for work now, so let's continue on the journey and I'll see you guys at the lab. So before we go inside, I thought I'd fill you guys in a little bit about what it is I'm actually doing in the lab. So last year when I was here, I took on my own research project for 3 months, and I was doing an animal project working with mice, investigating the role of a specific gene in ankylosing spondylitis, which is an inflammatory disease of the spine. This year, I'm not going to be in Toronto for as long. I only have about a month and a half here. This year, I'm not going to be in Toronto for as long. I'm only here for about a month and a half, and so we decided that it would be a better use of my time if I helped out another lab member with their own project. So this year again, I'm taking a look at the role of a specific gene in this disease, ankylosing spondylitis, but I'm doing it more from a molecular biology or cell biology standpoint. So I'm not working with animals, no mice this year. It's mostly working with different cell lines. So anyways, that's a bit of a brief overview about what it is that I'm doing here. Of course, I can't go into too much detail because all this work is confidential until it gets published. But anyways, I'm sure I'll still be able to show you guys a lot, and I'm sure you'll find it interesting. So let's head into the lab now so I can show you guys what I'm doing there. So I usually start my day at my desk, reading up on the different procedures or experiments that I'm going to be doing throughout the day. This step is very important because it allows me to mentally plan what I want to do throughout the day, and it gives me some structure. I then read over the hard copies of the protocols that I'm going to be following, and I make notes on them for specific concentrations or dilutions that I'm going to need later on in the day, so that I don't have to calculate those things as I'm going along in my experiments. So after I feel ready and prepared for the activities of the day, I step in the lab and get to work. My first steps are to collect everything that we're going to need to run the protocols. I also prepare some reagents that I know that I'm going to need within the next couple of hours, so I don't have to make them during the experiment. So today we're continuing work on several Western blots that we did earlier in the week. Western blotting is a technique that's used to detect and analyze proteins. So what you do is you take your cells or your tissue of interest and you want to extract the protein from inside. We take that protein, we run it on a gel, transfer it to a membrane, and then we're going to restain these proteins with a new antibody of interest. I'm making it sound really easy, but honestly this is like a full day of work. So what you do is you take a primary antibody which binds directly to the protein of interest, and then we stain it with a secondary antibody which we can detect later on through some imaging, and that secondary antibody binds to the primary antibody that is bound to our protein of interest. During the incubation periods where we had to wait for half an hour or an hour to allow the antibody to bind to the protein, I walked around the lab and asked a couple of the fellow lab members if they would let me film some of the cool stuff they're doing, and of course they said yes. So enjoy this cool montage of cutting-edge research happening in the field of rheumatology in Toronto. so it's about 1 p.m. now and we're gonna break for lunch. It can be earlier, it can be later, depending on how our experiments are running. So I'm actually doing research at the Krembil Research Institute this year. One of the great things about that is that we have this area next to it called Kensington Market, and it's basically a collection of all kinds of different foods from around the world. So they have things like burgers, empanadas, sushi, fried chicken and waffles, pasta, Mexican places, all kinds of food, all in one place. And so each day we leave, we try and find something new, try out a restaurant that we haven't had before. So today I think we've decided to go for sushi, for poke. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So last week on my Instagram, I asked you guys if you wanted me to try out this 24-karat gold ice cream that I found here in Kensington, and a bunch of you said yes, and of course I would never let down my amazing Instagram followers. Check out my Instagram if you haven't followed me already. Anyway, so I'm gonna go try that now and I'll let you guys know what it tastes like. Gold ice cream?
Gold ice cream? Okay. Total is $15.82.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day. That is easily the most expensive ice cream I've ever purchased. Looks like this. Let's see what it tastes like. Better be good. Alright, the soft serve is very good. What'd you guys get? I'm not sure if I can actually taste the gold. It doesn't really taste any different than normal soft serve, but the ice cream does taste really good, so I'll take it. Alright. Alright, so ice cream's finished and I've just had my lunch as well. Time to go back upstairs and continue my experiments. I'll have a couple more hours of work and then we'll be done for the day. So it's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon now, which is around the time when I get a little bit tired at the lab and I feel like I need some coffee. So I'm gonna head downstairs and pick up some coffee from Tim Hortons, which if you don't know is my favorite coffee place in Canada. Alright, so I've gone to Timmy's, got my coffee now. The coffee quality actually isn't that good, but I really like the taste and it just really reminds me of Toronto, so I enjoy it. Anyways, heading back into work now for the final productive hours of the day. Alright, so that is the work day done. Not gonna lie, it was pretty busy. Was running around quite a bit trying to keep all the different things that were going on organized in my head. You know, sometimes with research and experiments, there's so many different things you have to think about, so many different timers that you've set, and everything finishes at a different time, and sometimes it's difficult to multitask all those things together. But anyways, the work day is done, and now I can move on to the second half of my day, which is gonna involve a much needed gym session, followed by dinner, and then some sort of social activity. So since I'm only in Toronto for a month and a half this year, I wanted to make sure that I made the most out of all of my evenings, whether that be going out with old friends, doing fun activities like cycling down by the water, going to the gym or going for a run or whatever. I just want to be productive in the time that I have in my evenings. So scientific... Yeah, what's your name, man?
Alon. What's
Alon? I'm Nasir. Nice to meet you, man.
You run a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
About what?
Medical school.
Oh, that's your camera?
That's my camera. Do you want to say hi?
Sure. What's up?
Take care, man. Have a good day. I guess those kids were interested in the YouTube channel. Anyway, I'll catch up with you in a little bit after the journey home. was on my way home and I passed by the University of Toronto, which, as probably you'll know, is where I did my first degree. I was studying immunology, biotechnology and microbiology, and so I couldn't help but stop by. I want to show you guys a couple of the classrooms, a couple of the cool scenery and buildings that are on this campus. It holds a very special place in my heart, and I think it would be cool to like make a nice little B-roll segment like I did in my last vlog. So that's gonna play in 3, 2, 1, and enjoy.
To be satisfied, my weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
So I've just gotten home now and changed. The time is about 5:35, so it's right after work, and that's when I like to go to the gym because that means that I can get out of the way and then have the rest of the evening off to either do my social activities, chill, or do whatever I want. It helps me de-stress after my work or my studies, and it helps me feel like I have a more balanced life. So today at the gym, I'm going to be hitting back and biceps. I have a different routine for each muscle group that I do on different days, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a future video. And I'll meet you guys back here in about an hour and 15 minutes, and we'll continue the rest of our day. Good workout. I'm really tired, I'm really sweaty, as you can see, and the best part, I've already done my meal prep. I've either already uploaded it or you're gonna see it next week, but I have a whole video about meal prepping, how to make meals that are time efficient, very healthy, nutritious, and full of protein. Whenever that video is uploaded, I'll leave a link to it here on screen. So let me show you guys what I've got in here. Couscous as the base. I've got chicken thighs, and then all kinds of vegetables. There's carrots, bell peppers, bean sprouts, bok choy, jalapeno, etc., etc. I'm gonna throw that on the stove and then unwind a little bit while I watch some Office on Netflix. And yeah, we'll catch up in a bit. It's currently 8 p.m, just finished dinner, and I've texted a couple of friends. We're gonna meet at one of their houses and we're gonna cook some dinner. I'm probably not gonna eat that much because I just ate a bunch of food. And then we're gonna watch one of the new Black Mirror episodes that we all haven't seen yet. So I'm gonna quickly jump in the shower, get changed, head over to their house. I'm gonna stay there till about 11:30, and that's usually when I leave so that I have enough time to come home and be asleep by 12 in order to wake up at 7:30 tomorrow and repeat the day all over again. Past midnight now and I'm quite tired. I should probably get some sleep before I wake up tomorrow and do this all over again. I wanted to say a huge thank you if you guys have watched this video till here. Please do leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. It helps the channel out immensely and it helps me out as well. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content from me in the future. Anyways guys, that is it for me and I will see you in the next one. Peace.